Sports Rap Live on 790.
That's right, Sports Talk 790 to be exact, or if you're around the world, like our good friends out there at the Diamond Supply Co. store at 451 North Fairfax. They're tuned in on iHeartRadio, along with the other 10 million followers and listeners of iHeartRadio. So you guys know Sunday night, man, it is going down because the Soccer Talker is ready to roll, and he is in the building right now. Luis, how are you tonight?
I am doing great. Ready to rock and roll tonight.
I bet you are, man. It's been a good weekend for soccer, right?
And it's going to get even better in a couple of days.
Well, let's bring our good friend on the line right now. He's so happy to have him back because, hey, last time he joined us, we gave him a little bit of that sweet karma from Sports Rap Live, and it continues right now. Why don't you introduce him, Luis?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to you, Michael Hitchcock, president of San Antonio Scorpions.
Mike, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, and how about you guys?
Awesome. It's great to hear your voice again, man. Apparently things are going well for the Scorpions these days.
Yeah, and we give you guys full credit for the assist, man. I talked to you, and ever since, we can't seem to lose a game.
That's right. That's right. Now, Luis is going to tell us a little bit about what's been going on. You had a draw today, but you guys have been winning more so than not.
Yeah, ever since you've been on, man, you've been on a 6-game unbeaten streak, including 5 in the NASL and 1 at the U.S. Open Cup.
Yeah, it's been a good run, man. We actually played up in Edmonton, Canada today, and guys played well and got a tie, and we're playing Houston in a couple days. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I know. We had a mishap last week, and one of the Bell Casuals were up there saying we jinxed you, but the jinx was broken today, even with the 2-2 tie. So shout out for the Bear Casuals out there listening tonight. My question is, man, what winning recipes are being served in Saytown with you and the Spurs winning? What's going on with that?
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty wild night next Tuesday, actually. Spurs have a home playoff game, and we're taking on your Houston Dynamo in the U.S. Open Cup at Hero Stadium. So it's going to be a good night of sport in San Antonio. And the Spurs are hot right now, and we seem to be finding our groove as a young expansion team. So it should be a great game next Tuesday.
Awesome, man. Speaking of Tuesday, you have a third-round matchup against Dynamo for the U.S. Open Cup tournament. How big is this for the franchise and the city of San Antonio for hosting an MLS franchise?
Yeah, the fans of San Antonio, who are absolutely incredible, just like the fans in Houston, they've said they want to see Major League Soccer come to San Antonio, and what we've shared is, let's start with second division, let's build the brand, let's build the business, let's build a nice stadium, and if the market's there, we may evolve into a Major League Soccer market. But what's really cool is we've got Major League Soccer coming, even if it's for one day next Tuesday when Houston comes, and the fans are pumped up, the sponsors, the media, everyone's excited for the game, and we know there's a lot of Houston Dynamo supporters that are coming up for the game as well. So it should be a great night of football. It's going to be fun.
We want to make sure Luis gets to cover that game, so we'll have to contact your media relations department, make sure he's credentialed so he can see both sides of teams we talk about here on a regular basis on Sports Rap Live.
No pictures, Luis.
Anyways, I know it's early, but there is talk that the MLS will only expand to 22 at the most, 22 teams in a couple of years. In your league, there are a few big cities, including you, San Antonio, and Atlanta, for instance. Would you be for relegation if it ever came about?
I think ideally, if you watch the top leagues around the world, some of the best television you'll ever watch in sports, and I love all sports, is the final weekend of the season where there's promotion and relegation, where every team's fighting for their lives, either to get promoted or to get potentially relegated to the division below. I think, man, at some point when the sport has truly made it in this country, you'll see promotion and relegation, and a chance for smaller market teams to get promoted and bigger market teams to be fighting for their lives to stay in the first division.
Well, yeah, man. Hey, send that team back to the hotel because the San Antonio Scorpions are on the rise right now. Well, hey, thanks for calling in. I know Luis wants to thank you real quick. Kadoma has a quick question for you, Michael.
Man, I'm kind of torn here. Who do we go for?
Dynamo.
The Scorpions or the Dynamo? Luis, who are you hoping to pull this? I guess you're looking for a draw.
You see what I'm wearing tonight. I'm going neutral. I'm going with Team USA.
Staying politically correct.
That's all the way I can go.
Who's Andrew going for? That's what I'm curious about.
Andrew's shaking his head.
Hey, but Hitch, man, thanks for calling in. I can't wait to cover the game on Tuesday. Chat with you for a few minutes at the stadium and a party down with the Bear Casuals. So I'm ready to see you on Tuesday, man. Thanks for the hookup.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having us on the air, and we appreciate the coverage and appreciate everything you guys are doing, man, for sports. It's good stuff.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, just keep winning, Michael. That's all we can ask of you.
Hey, given the track record, I'm betting on the Scorpions since Michael called in.
Definitely.
You want to do that? We can do
Definitely.
that. I'll put that up.
Oh, wow.
All right, there it is.
You know what? I just want to throw this out there. When you guys let me know when the playoffs start, because you know how they had that, was it the octopus that picked all the games for the World Cup? And the octopus didn't know what was going on? I'll be like that octopus that just picks the games. I have no idea what's going on, but maybe I'll pick some winners.
You never know.
You never know, man.
You never
never
know.
know.
All right, well, let's get into our Dynamo wrap-up. Of course, it is Sunday night. You guys are tuned in to Sports Wrap Live on Sports Talk 790 and iHeartRadio. Luis, we had a rematch of last year's MLS Cup final and another sellout crowd at BBVA Compass Bank Stadium to see the Dynamo come back versus the Galaxy to win 2-1.
2-1, yeah. They gave up a badass play in the 10th minute by Edson Bodo, who scored his first goal of the year, ex-national team player.
Did you ever find out who got the assist for that?
You know what's a double assist? It was Beckham to Chad Barrett to
Double assist?
Bodo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that on
They
the
make up the
halftime
rules as they
score
go
sheet.
along, Tito.
Yeah.
So you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It was a tag team assist.
You know, I asked Luis that. I attended the game as well. My first Dynamo game ever.
What'd you think of the stadium, Kadoma?
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, no doubt about it. I'm happy to have that here in Houston. I mean, we had a good time and it was a little bit hot the first half until we got in the shade.
Yeah.
How about the meeting room?
You can ask David Beckham all about that. But, you know, I noticed the lovely lady handed us the scorecard at halftime in the press box, and I asked Luis, I said, how can they have 2 assists and 1 goal?
They do the same thing in hockey.
Oh, I
Same
didn't know
thing in
that.
hockey,
Okay.
absolutely. You get an assist for the assist.
Yep, there you
Yep,
go.
Yep. So it's like I said, they make up the rules as they go along. Soccer,
So,
whatever.
yeah.
Matt was at the park today, intern Matt, and he was making up rules as he went along.
And the way
so.
they're dressed, they have no rules, so that's good.
Oh wow!
So I got
Destroyed tonight.
I got to learn a little bit about soccer. I guess their superstars are just like every other sport. I saw David Beckham whine and complain a whole lot. You know,
Sure.
try to get a bunch
Are you
of
not
calls.
surprised? Come on,
What's
man.
new,
I mean,
man?
Oh,
you know,
what type of bloody calls out,
Well,
man?
that's kind of perfect that you bring up whining superstars, because one of Houston's own whining superstars, as Luis would tell you, did something in the 38th minute. What was that, Luis?
That was Brian Ching. He finally scored a goal, which was an own goal against the LA Galaxy, which ricocheted off Mike McGee. But hey, a goal's a goal, and he got credited for it.
right,
So shout out to
right.
Brian
Yeah,
Ching for
it's about
finally
time.
getting- About time, yep. And then halftime was 1-1, and then second half, just a great possession domination by the Dynamo. In the 57th minute, you had Brad Davis do a corner kick to Andre Hinault with a header.
You want to hear that? Let's get some. Let's get a little clip of that.
Do we got it?
You talked to Andre Hinault after
Yes,
the game,
I
didn't
sure
you?
did.
Let's play that right now.
It felt great. Corner kick. Me and Bobby time to sort of set up our runs, and I got in front of my marker. Brad played just a sitter, but did well to keep it on frame, and it worked out pretty well. So happy, and we stuck it out, got the win in the heat. So great win.
Good deal. How did you get the result before you head out to the Canadian national team?
Yeah, it's huge. Anytime you get a result, doesn't matter when it is. 3 points feel great.
Absolutely.
So missing out on Brad Davis last year on the rematch, and though the Galaxy are struggling, you think would have been a big impact if you had Brad Davis in the game?
What do you think?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so too. But the MLS Cup's over.
Yeah,
I don't know. As soon as it doesn't give us the MLS Cup back, you guys know Brad deserves some good stuff. So,
But I got a whole bunch of home games coming up. Hopefully I can score some more points and be up there on the top and have everybody healthy. I think I could be a #1 contender. So
wins are good. Wins are good.
yes, sir. Well,
All right, guys.
thank
Wins
you.
are good. Wins are good. That's what he had to say. Hey, great job coverage
Yeah.
there from the locker room.
Speaking of great job, great things happen when you have 5 guys in a box that are 6'1"
Hey,
that
that's
do a
what she
header in the
said.
penalty box.
Pause.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's what she said. Yeah. All right, well, let's continue on. Now, you talked about time of possession. The Dynamo really
Dominated.
never gave up the ball. Never really gave up the ball to the Galaxy, and they dominated to the tune of 60-40.
60 to 40%. Then Dynamo had 10 goals on shot versus a Galaxy 6 shots on goal.
I do have to say the Dynamo kind of got off to a slow start. I was expecting them to come out a little bit more aggressive, but they let the Galaxy come in and score that goal off of Beckham's assist right away, kind of putting them in a hole. And then they started playing a whole lot more aggressively throughout the game, and it really showed. And I don't. Did you get your free taco soccer talk?
I didn't even know they were giving free tacos,
Yeah.
but I guess
He's too busy working,
If
man.
the Dynamo scores a goal off the corner kick, everybody gets a free taco.
Did you get your free
ball.
taco?
Did you get your free taco?
No, I sure did not.
Yeah, I guess I get
Because
mine
I
tomorrow.
had a media pass. I did not have a ticket to redeem my free taco.
I don't know about that marketing scheme here in Houston. I mean, that's a little suspect. I'm going to take a little offense to that. Free tacos for everybody that goes to the Dynamo game when they get a corner kick. Why got to be tacos? Why can't we get some free McDonald's? I like burgers.
Hey, but it's a Taco Bell sponsored promotion.
Ah, there we go.
At Astros games, no lie, there is a point in which they throw out tamales. I'm not kidding. You've seen this before. Adam, when they throw out tamales. I find that a little curious myself as to why they're doing that. But at a soccer game, it's a little racist.
Yeah,
if you ask me.
that's what I'm saying.
Damn. All right. Hey, Mexico is in the building.
Well, next home game is going to be in Vancouver, and guess what? Yours truly will be in Canada covering the game.
Wow.
Where are the Dynamo at in the standings right now, Luis?
I think I didn't check the standings, but I think they're in 5th place. But we're in a good place right now. Like I said, we have 9 out of the next 14 games at home. We have the home field advantage. We keep on winning. We could be knocking on the door for first place.
Undefeated at home. Undefeated
Yes, sir.
at home.
We're the only
yes.
2 teams besides the New York Red Bulls undefeated this year at home.
All right.
Well, I may have forgotten to get my taco, but we have our own soccer taco here each and every week giving you the Dynamo news. So make sure you tune in to Sports Rap Live.
At 8:45, you already know. Hey,
follow me on
real
Twitter.
quick, before we get to the top of the hour,
sir.
we got a little bit of time to breathe. Let's talk a little bit about the World Soccer. USA, you have the USA jersey on tonight.
Yes, sir.
So that means that they must have been riding around and getting it. Hat tricking around the world.
Hat trick, and shout out to Landon Donovan en route over Scotland last night, 5-1. Landon Donovan scored a hat trick, 3 goals. It's the first time it's been done since 2006 for the U.S. national team.
And for those of you who don't know who that is, that's actually a Houston Dynamo player who took leave to play for the USA team right now.
Landon Donovan plays for the Galaxy.
Oh, my bad.
The defender for the U.S. national team, which is Karma, came through last night, is Jeff Cameron, who had an own goal against him versus Scotland, which is 5-1. So, shout out for Jeff Cameron for giving an own goal to Scotland.
Seems like we talked about a lot of own goals lately with Jeff Cameron.
Yep.
All right, well, hey, next game for the U.S. is Wednesday night versus Brazil at the FedEx Field where the Washington Redskins play. So it should be a great test for Jurgen Klinsmann and company. And the World Cup qualifying matches start Friday, June 8th already versus Antigua. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be awesome. Yes, sir.
All right, well, you're awesome, man. Hey,
Thank
you keep
you.
going out there and
Thank
covering
you.
everything, getting in the
And
locker room.
let me throw it out there. 2 friendly games this week. Tuesday, I'll be in Saytown covering the Scorpions Dynamo, and then they have a friendly game against the Liga's own Valencia FC versus the Dynamo Charities Cup, the 3rd best team behind FC Barcelona and Real Madrid.
There it is. Straight from the horse's mouth, the soccer talker himself. All right, we're going to take it to the top of the hour for station identification. When we get back, Buku One's going to bring it back, and then we're going to talk to the Trilogy himself and his wrap-up of the Indianapolis 500 from Gumball 3000. Stick around right here on Sports Rap Live.